Hello. All right. Today is Wednesday, and I have the beautiful Marcy Noel, and I am Georgette Dilworth, and we are going to discuss notary startups, just notary gems, drop some knowledge on you. And we're just going to free flow it today. So how's your day going, Marcy?
So far, so good. It's such a pleasure to be online with you today.
Yeah.
I appreciate you inviting me on this Zoom meeting.
Of course. Yeah, we've been trying to do this for the longest, so here we are.
Yes. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So what are you doing right now? Like what different things are you doing with your notary?
I'm doing Ron, Remote Online Notary. I've been actually doing that a lot more. And one of the things, I think I had mentioned this in one of the groups, I had decided to go ahead and sign up. I had signed up with Pavazo, and actually it was almost a year ago. It took a while for, it to hit, but what I noticed is when I decided to start networking, sending out my notary resume to a lot of the signing services, now they're starting to utilize me because it's on the Pavazo platform. Now, if I'm doing a private signing where it's just, a local customer, I usually will get on the, there's many varied platforms. It could be One Notary. There's different platforms I may use depending on which one I'm going to use for the day. But it has been working well. I'm probably going to start doing some more stuff with Notarize. And then, of course, with the interest rates going up, of course, it's time to pivot, trying to do some new stuff, of course, incorporating the apostille. And
I was just about to ask you about that.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing, since I did get a grant, I want to use that to, of course, incorporate other services. Not for sure what it is. I kind of still would do the fingerprinting, but at this particular time, I'm just trying to make sure whatever that investment is going to be, worth it in the long run. Because you're always going to need fingerprinting. You're always going to need apostille. So what about you? What are you working on?
I'm doing strictly real estate notary, where I just go and do the closings and refinances. I haven't done the apostille. I haven't done the Ron yet. I plan on opening and offering more services within my business. But for now, I wanted to do one thing at a time because I'm training my daughters. I have two of them, and I want them to understand it. And my youngest one, she's 22 and still nervous to get out there. So I'm really just focused on that for now, which is bringing a lot of income in. It is a blessing. I get to pick my time, my days, whether I want to go or not. I choose not to work after 5 because I do have 2 young ones. But if you do about good 4 or 5 a day, or even if it's 3 a day, you're good.
Exactly.
For about 3 times a week or the whole week, you're set. But you have to be consistent, and you have to be on point every time, and your fingers got to be quick on them phones, because you're put into a directory with National Notary, and then that's how the other real estate mortgage company and brokers, they see you. So and other signing services, they see you and they'll ask you, are you available? But it's put into a pool, so first come, first serve. I've been doing good with that alone. I do my next step after I'm done making sure my daughter's comfortable is to get them into the Ron. My only thing is, when you jump into the Ron, don't you have to get into a platform? And is it expensive?
Yeah. So I just had to renew, and I had to remind myself the process was, of course, going through I guess I went through NNA to get the digital seal. And then they give you that, I guess it's a form, and then you go through the IdenTrust, download that certificate to your computer, and that's even a process. And because I had to renew my commission, I also had to renew my e-notary as well. So I did the commission first, and then I went on and did the e-notary. But once you download the IdentiTrust, and then you have to save it, put your signature on the seal, but then you fill out the form, you send it back to the Secretary of State, and then they come back, and it only takes, I think, a day or two, and they say you're approved. So I did everything at the same time, but when I was going through the process, I could not remember which part I did first. So to do it all over again, it wasn't a hard thing to do. I know a lot of people, when they think about Ron, because they hear about the digital seal and all that stuff, it's not a hard thing to do. But it's the other thing is looking at different Ron platforms. I know some people are signed up with Notary Cam, doing Ron work. Some people are doing Notarized, and that's where they are actually giving you work. And I also have been doing work with a company called Nima. And this every now and then Closing Exchange, they'll also have some Ron. And then the one that people have been finding me on is Pavazo. So
I've heard of Pavazo.
And the way that works is you take a training, you get certified, and there's companies that actually will try to they'll locate you. But one of the things that I started doing is I looked at, you can go into Pavazo, I don't think it's the resource tab or tools, and then look at the different signing services that actually use Pavazo. And then from there, go ahead and send out that notary resume, so they'll know, you do that work. So that's been real helpful.
So I have two questions.
Okay.
A lot of I have a lot of people, notaries, that are in a group that I'm in, right?
Okay.
And a lot of them haven't started because they felt like they need more training.
Correct.
So you were saying resume. Before I get into resume, how long of a process is it for you through National Notary Association to get established as a RON?
It did not take, but I would say, I'll say maybe that week. Because
it only took about a week?
No, you know what? It could have took maybe, I would say 7 days. And the reason I say is because I think when you pay for that seal, and I guess it's the IdenTrust, it's a certificate thing they send you, and they have to verify your information, and then they come back. And I actually think I had to send them my commission. Then they come back, and it was a couple of days later, they came back. And then, of course, you go into, then after they do all of that, you still got to go into IdenTrust, and then you sign up, and then you get the actual download of the certificate, and you download it to and I put it on my desktop. So now this is another thing got to remember, because since everything had expired, I had to go into all the different portals I use and upload everything over again. So I had to upload my commission, and I had to upload the certificate. So the IdenTrust. So, and it doesn't take long, but it was just like I was timing. I knew that my commission was going to end in March. So I started the process, like the beginning parts, of course, having to go back to Secretary of State and then get approved again just to get my commission. So total time, I mean, it's for renewal, it probably could have took maybe 2 to 3 weeks. But if I just was already commissioned and I had to get my run, it probably would have took, I would say total time, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay. So was it feasible?
Can I interject real fast? One thing I want to say is I did not know at the time that different states are different. Like some states you have to take a run training.
You do.
We don't have to do that. So what does your state do?
We have to do a run training. You go online. It's about $39 in Florida.
Okay.
Prices may have changed now.
Okay. Now who administers that training?
National Notary Association.
Interesting.
Actually, it's actually online, and for Florida, we pay about $39 to $40 for it.
Okay.
But I don't know the steps and process after that. But that's why I was asking you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I know different states are different. And I believe, I guess the NNA had contract with several states to approve that training. Okay. So that's where, I guess, in the different states people go, which is really interesting. That's another conversation we're gonna have.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that being said, now do you a lot of people would like to know how would they get themselves out there, which I know that through directory of NNA, I never had to go and pay money with different signing services. Like some people go to Notary Pro, right. Notary 123. I don't do all of that because those same companies are on NNA. So there's no reason why I'm going to pay extra money to be seen in another company. That's one. And two, the notary resume.
Right. Okay. So the notary resume, I almost think I may have seen someone upload, I think, because I'm also with Notary Nerds, they uploaded their notary resume. So I looked at the format and then I just went on and put mine together pretty similar. And then what was the other question?
We're talking about explaining to them that they, can you hear? Yeah, that you don't really have to apply or, because you're spending more money.
Right.
With these different companies and versus, just knowing that National Notary Association already put you in a directory and you're being seen already, so you really don't have to go and pay extra funds when, because that's, you can use it towards something else, invest your time into something else as per like your printer or your, your scanner, your copy machine, stuff like that.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying that that's what I was asking you about.
Okay. I never did a training like that. I just went on and I did buy books in the beginning just to study, to ensure that I was comfortable, making sure I knew what I was doing. There was another young lady at the time, she was on Facebook. She had some can't hear. Oh.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
She actually had a really good course on HELOCs. And I know right now, and I go back to Notary Nerds University, they're starting to do loan signing trainings. So they're doing refinance and HELOCs, reverse mortgage. So I never actually paid a company to train me on it. It was more or less trial and error. And then I did look at some YouTube stuff. And of course,
that's how I trained.
Right. And just reading and trial and error. I mean, there's times you can go to a signing. There's always something new that you may learn or something that you didn't think about. And the thing is, our role, especially in going out to these signings, it's not a lot that we're gonna say. We're gonna give a simplistic response to things. So I didn't really do any training because there's not a lot we're gonna be able to say in a signing when it comes to anything that gets into the legal world.
Exactly. So let me go ahead and give you an intro on how I began.
Okay.
So I used to teach. I used to be a paraprofessional for 13 years within a school board.
Okay.
And 13 years, and I got tired of being obligated to someone or having to call and ask for time off. Or, when you give them your request for time off, they're asking you, are you really going to do that? That's no one's business. So I decided when May of 2018, I resigned from the school board. I had faith. I put God first, and I just know that something was coming for me. This young lady came and told me she does notary. So I thought she was talking about the little $20 general notary work. But I didn't know about the real estate notary side, And she told me, look, this is what I do. And you could do substituting. You don't have to work every day, but you could become a notary and make that your main, income. And I said, tell me about it. So she told me, and she said, look, I just took the test. I took the class, took the test. I trained myself on YouTube. She just threw me in the water. That was it. Okay. So I went and I did the same thing. But I did my notary. I finished it in April of 2020 during COVID time. when we weren't going nowhere.
Right.
And then I remember, now I'm done, but I was scared. So I started looking at YouTube videos, going into them YouTube, Facebook groups, joining YouTube notary groups, training myself, reading upon stuff, following that gentleman, the guy.
Okay.
The tall, skinny guy, I forgot his name. The one that everyone does, his training.
Oh, is it Mark?
Mark.
Okay, I heard about him.
I started just watching him because there's a lot of time you're spending money in these groups. Let me just, I'll keep my comment, but you could go on YouTube and watch them too.
Right.
But some people choose to get that training and pay for it. But I was just doing that and making my business cards and making my business pins, preparing myself. As I waited, because I wasn't ready, I was nervous, but I was doing the other things in the background, fixing my web page. I went on to GoDaddy. I went to Vista. I went to all these different things to prepare myself while I was getting ready to actually start working. But I didn't do anything until October of 2020, Okay. And my first one, I remember when this call came from some company, and they said, am I ready? Am I available to do a signing? I looked at my gosh, oh my God, they called me for a signing. And she's like, Mom, if you don't do it today, you're not going to do it ever. You got your signing since April. You're in October now, Mom. You got to do it. I said, oh my God. Okay, I'm going to accept it. And then I accepted it. And oh my goodness, you have to be honest, but do not let these companies know you're nervous.
I was nervous my first time. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, I was so nervous. And when I called and I said, no, they called me and said, was I available? They emailed me the documents, but you got to be willing and be transparent. They appreciate that because they don't want you to make no mistakes on their documents. By you calling and saying, hi, my name is Marcy. I'm so excited. Thank you for allowing me to do this signing for you. I just want you to know, this is my first time. But I don't want to make any mistake. Is there anything I need to know on this loan?
Exactly.
I don't want, how do you want me to do it? Is there different colors? Because a lot of places want you to do your signings in blue ink.
Exactly.
Because they want to differentiate whether it's a copy or original.
Right.
Number one. And so they told me that. Then they said to, automatically during your training, you make 2 copies. Some places will ask you for 3, but you have to make 2 copies, one for the borrower and one for, the mortgage company or the realtor, And then, so they told me everything. And when I got there, it was a piece of cake. It was a dentist and his mother. So that nervous jitterbug I got was water off my back after the first one. Then I was like, oh, I could do this. So I started going, and I started going on to others, and now I done did a lot. Actually, I lost count.
Yeah,
I lost count.
I think the beginning part was really, it was because you're hoping that you don't make any mistakes. Everybody signs what they're supposed to. Remembering which is jurat, which is acknowledgement. I do have a question, and this is actually for both of us when it comes to taking an assignment and your safety. Okay, because we are going into people's homes, and I know for me, I always try to share my location where I'm going, and then and I know, tell me what you do.
Okay, first and foremost, I'm with Signature Closers. I'm with SnapDoc. I have different companies. So, and what I do is I put these companies that I sign with under my SnapDoc, and SnapDoc is also connected with Signature Closers. So when Signature Closers send me a signing, I accept it. And so when I will get into how you confirm and head out, but I accept the closing and now I'm headed out. They ask you when you get there, there's an app that you download on Signature Closers. Let me see if I have it on my phone. I can show you. Once you get to the location, it asks you check in. So they know that you've gotten to the person's house. They know your location. And I always share my location with my family members too. Hey, this is where I'm at. Just in case anything go down, they know where I was.
Exactly. Right.
I always ask them, do they have any dogs? Do they have any pets? Carry some mace in your hand. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Can I talk about the pet issue? So I had one particular I say client that I was going to be going over their house, and I always tell them, you know, while I'm there, if you have a pet, please put it away. And for the most part, people say okay. So one particular person, they said, I'm not putting my dog away. My dog is part of the family. And I said, well, then I guess I'll just ask, you know, someone else to do this, because I don't understand. And I'm just going to be honest, when you're at a signing, I really don't want, you know, dogs jumping on me, because I'm trying to do a signing right now. I had one signing where the cat was on the table and the documents are there. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, are you going to put your cat down? Why should I even have to say anything? So I'm going to tell you one, I know one signing, there was a pet bull. And I don't think at the time, I don't know if I told them to put the pet up, you know, before I got there. So
a pit bull,
honey, I sat down and that dog had the nerves to come over there and look at me. I was like, y'all gonna have to put the dog away. But I don't understand, girl. I mean, I think I've seen in a group where someone actually said they went to a signing and they got bit. I saw this in one of the groups, and I'm just like,
So, my experience, I'm staying still on my hey, I don't deal with pets.
Exactly.
First of all, I will call. Hi, how are you? Matter of fact, I have how you call. You introduce yourself. As soon as you get that signing, you call. Hi, my name is Marcy. I was assigned to your refinance or your closing or whatever you got going on. I was assigned to it. I am calling to confirm this appointment with you to make sure that the time is good with you, let you know what you need, and so on and so on. First of all, I'd like to know, were you tested positive for COVID, etc. You always ask that. I was, you know, you let them know, hey, I will still come with a mask, or I won't wear a mask, or whatever. How do you feel about that? You know, it's NNA. And our company, Signature Closers, does require or ask you to wear a mask.
Exactly.
For your safety, for the protection of others. It is, you know, common sense. Then, and at the end, you let them know what kind of identifications they need, because they need 2 forms of ID, them and their spouse and whoever they're dealing with. And then you ask them, do you have any pets? If so, can you please put them away for the time being of this signing? If they say yay, cool. If they say no, then unfortunately, are you afraid of pets? Yeah, I am. I'm allergic to it too, or you know, because we may have a health issue, or we might be scared of the animal. You know, oh, he's just a baby. I understand, but I unfortunately I'm unable to. Or maybe we could do the signing outside, or you could leave your, you know, do you have a patio or something?
Right.
Some of them will, and some of them won't. So I had 2 situations where I get to the house. The person told me their dog is 9. That dog was huge. It reached to like my hip. It was like how do you call them? Those tall dog, Greyhound dog. I forgot, Great Danes. And so I get there and they're telling me, he's like a baby. He's like the fastest. I understand, but I am afraid of dogs. I would like to get your signing going.
Exactly.
So I would like for you to put the dog away. If not, could you excuse me for a second? They didn't want to put it away, so I stepped out. I called the company. Hi, I'm here. You're still going to get paid for your work because you appeared. It's not that you didn't show up. They have to cooperate with you. They need you. They need their money. They need whatever they got going on. Because now they're going to have to deal with another reschedule or reset. Hey, that's on them. You're still getting paid because you showed up, and you're going to get paid the full amount.
Right.
If the company's nice now. You know, by the grace of God, I got paid full money, you know?
Oh, good. Okay.
So as I stepped outside, I called the company and I told them what was going on. They were like, okay, can you go back and speak? They didn't even ask, can they hang up and go call? They walked back with your phone. So is there any way you can put your dog away? And they said, no. They said, okay, well, she's going to have to leave. And you guys going to have to reschedule.
So they didn't want to put the dog away.
No. So The company asked me, am I okay with rescheduling? They're willing to send me back to the company. So now the customer, the borrower said, would I like to meet at Applebee's? Fine, because Applebee's was right around the corner from my house anyway. Guess what? The signing was $175 going there. So now we had to go meet at Applebee's. That's another $175. Then they treated me to dinner on top of that. So that was a blessing, you know? And as I get there, guess what? Now they're not happy with what's on the paper.
You what?
We ate first.
Oh, okay.
And after eating, now we're going through the documents. He's signing. Wait a minute, these numbers don't sound correct. What would you like for me to go ahead and call your loan officer? You have any questions? We can postpone, like, let's stop a moment so you can ask any questions you want. But you know, I can't tell you anything about numbers that, you know, I'm just here to verify your name, your identity, your signature. So after I tell them that, they call the company. Guess what? Signing wasn't done. I still got paid. I had to go back again for the same money.
Wow. It was same place.
Same place.
Wow.
So I got triple the money, and you know, you have to stand strong. You the boss. This is your business. Exactly. They have to cooperate with you, listen to you. Don't break. I mean, you can be professional and nice at the same time, but stand, you know, hey, look, this is what it is. You know, you need this done. And if it's not done, you're not going to get it, you know, get your refinance done, whatever. You're going to have to wait for it at a later date.
Right.
So, you know, I've been through those situations. So.
Okay. All right. I'm going to talk about one of my, I don't know if I say my toughest signings. It was a signing I took, and I knew that, like you, I don't like to go out when it's late. But this particular sign, it was going to be an hour away, and because of the distance, they were going to pay some really nice money. And, you know, I'm like, I'm going to go. It was on one of those nights where it was still light out right before I was getting ready to leave. So I figured I could get there, you know, so at least it's still light out. You know, as I got off the freeway going to this location, oh my goodness, I didn't know I'm going around all these different, it's like I'm in the woods and the mountains, and it was getting kind of foggy, it's getting dark. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know. So finally get to the signing, nice young lady. And apparently they had spoke, and I guess the numbers changed, but she didn't agree to what was on there. So of course, guess what? Now that signing has to, now it's not going to happen. Got to reschedule. So I'm like, okay. So get in the car. It's really dark. She has this really long driveway. Okay. So, and I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and because I'm making sure it's like this little road, you know, I'm backing up, run into a ditch. Okay. And it was muddy. And so I'm thinking, if I can just put my car and drive, I could move forward. Girl, I'm stuck. Thank God she had some really good neighbors. These guys came. I mean, just like that, she called them, they came. And I was just thinking to myself, I cannot, you know, like, my first thought was, see, you probably should not came, because you know it's dark, you know it's kind of rainy, you know this is some bad weather for you to be in. They pushed me out, girl. I just could not believe it. Like, I was literally stuck. You know, because as I'm backing out, she's in front of me and her lights are on. So as I'm backing out, it was dark, and then it's like overcast. But I'm thinking I'm going straight, girl, ran straight into the ditch. Oh my God. So
goodness,
and I'm gonna tell you, since December, I've probably been doing a lot more of the Ron signings. And I know I've talked, you know, some people, the apostille work, of course, is up right now because of so many people coming up here from different countries. So it's work to do. And, you know, in the notary space, there's a lot of other things you can do, like the notary depositions, to sign up more of those. I haven't done the primer, and I've been doing a lot of the trainings with Notary Nerds University, and then of course I teach the government contracting as well. And just yesterday I saw a lot of, I think about 3 or 4 requirements for fingerprinting. So girl, that's a good one. Imagine getting a government contract for fingerprinting. So that's so I'm
that sounds great.
Yeah, so with that being said, for the most part, I will say I love the fact that, you know, when I did decide, like you, step out on faith, I wanted to do something I was going to be at home more. And of course, as we become more seasoned, and I don't want to say older, I say wiser, there's some things that you just may not want to do it. So I will say in the last 3 years of my life, I've probably been more at peace and probably more happier just doing what I'm doing, because, you know, you have your own schedule. Like you said, you can, you know, pretty much, you know what you got to do through the week. So it's been like, I'll be honest, probably in the whole 30 something years of me working, I've probably been more at peace doing this. Because it's a schedule. And you know, you can wake up in the morning, girl, you can go get your walk on, go to the gym, cook your dinner, go do some signings, come back. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's probably one of the best things. I see that it's growing. There's quite a lot of people who have actually stopped. So I saw a lady who was a nurse. She decided to become a notary. Another person in real estate become a notary. It's like, it's great. It's just a great opportunity for people to be able to have their own business, grow it, get some business credit with it. You know, it's really been awesome. That's all I can say. I love it.
Amen. And you know, I appreciate the freedom, like you said.
Yes.
I appreciate the freedom. I appreciate the fact that I don't have to clock in and ask anyone anything. I'm working for me. This is my business. This is what I do. And I work as much as I want to work, make as much money as I want to make. Hey, I'm never having an issue with taking my kids to a doctor's appointment. Or if I want to go away for a week or two, I'm good on that too. Like if I know I have somewhere to go, I'm going to work for the week or two, make them signings, do them notary work, and, you know, compensate for the 2 weeks that I won't be working, you know, and I don't have to deal with anyone saying they're going to write me up because I got time off, or asking me questions. Do I need to bring a note? I don't need to deal with all of that. And it's called independent.
Honey, let's,
being independent.
Yes. So, like I said, it's just, like I said, it's probably been one of the things that has really gotten me to be more peaceful, just calmer. Even when my kids talk to me, they're like, Mom, you're so peaceful. You're just so calm. You know, and I don't know what the future holds, because I know interest rates are going up, you know, the loan signings, the rates are going up. But like I said, you know, that's the time when you have to pivot and incorporate something else. And it could be, even if you want to do some life insurance, even if you want to do notary prime, and even if you want to do apostille. So I think that it's one of those things where you just have to look at, what are the services can I do, and what's going to be around for a while. Amen. And I'm definitely going to, I did buy the fingerprinting thing from Amazon. But I do want to get with Live Scan and go after some really great opportunities that are out there.
What I did, like, as a single mom, I didn't want to just depend on the school board income. I didn't want to just depend on other things. I wanted to bring other sources. So I went to school for being a general lines insurance agent. I worked as a legal secretary. I did a claim investigator for insurance company, like commercial insurance, you know, commercial companies. And now I'm a notary signing agent, where I do real estate and all those other things. And that is so independent. You know, I love it. It feels great. Like, I'm so at peace. And I was having heart failure working for the school board, because, you know, you're dealing with kids that have no mother, no father, in jail, dead, foster, you know, all those different things. So now you're getting emotionally attached. And as you're getting emotionally attached, you're feeling bad for these kids, or some of them come with attitude. because they feel like they have nothing to lose, you know?
Right.
And now they stressing you out while you trying to help them. I didn't want to deal with that anymore because I started to get sick. I started to get sick. So that's why I resigned from the school board, because it was putting a toll on my body. So now, as I became a notary, no stress. Now I'm like, man, I'm too at peace. I'm so happy. I don't even know what to do with myself. Right. Like, oh my God, I'm too much at peace. Like, God, I feel too good. It's believable because I know this is the work of God. But at the same time, I'm saying it feels too good.
Yeah, you know what? It's almost indescribable. I sometimes, even as if I do go out, I'm going to a sign-in. In my mind, I'm saying to myself, I really love what I do for the first time in my life. Like, you don't have somebody riding you. And just like you said, if I got to go here, go there, you can. It's just, like I said, it's been a really great thing. I prayed about it before I stepped out on faith. And I knew that I could do it. I knew that that would be something that, that would be part of the plan for me. So, and God has opened up the doors and ensured that, the work is coming in and, and then meeting people. So I also do coaching on Fridays for Notary Nurse University. So I think the first 6 weeks of this year, I did Women-Owned Small Business Certification.
I saw that one.
Yeah, and then now I'm doing grants. And
Amen. So, can you talk about that? Can you give some people
drop
a gem on the grants?
I'm just gonna say, I'm the type of person, like, I put in grants all the time. So I put in for just one of the companies I always want to tell everyone about is Comcast Rise, because that's the one that was very gracious to me last year and also this year. Matter of fact, I just received 2 weeks ago, the first grant from them was 3 laptops, 2 tablets, and I was just hold up my box, Dale, because I still got it in the box.
They sent it to you? How'd you do that?
That's part of one of the grants, and I'm still in the process of putting up. I got to put my Dell. This is the top part. So they sent me, and so they're also going to be sending me a cash grant with that. So I just always encourage people put in for grants because, hey, that's OPM, other people's money.
Amen. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of people don't even know where to start. So I wanted to, go over, letting them know that you have to invest in your time. If this is what you really want to do, invest in trying to figure it out.
Hello.
You got, no one can constantly spoon feed you all the time, but I have this group called Sunshine Notaries of Praise, right?
Okay. And
in there, I mentor some people, but you got to be willing to. I can't help you today and you call me back and ask me the same question again.
Right.
In some groups, they don't like the seasoned notaries snap and yell at people, but we all learn, we all started somewhere.
Exactly. Right.
So I'm willing to help and train and mentor people. That's what I do. And that's what this is about. You see all these little
packages here? Hello. Like that.
Amen. I help people, I train people, I lead them. Now if you want it, you got to continue on and then researching,
Exactly.
So when, first off, we got to let them know that they got to go to National Notary Association. Once you're on there, they have a training academy in there. I'm on National, I'm on Notary Nerds also. They have a lot of cool tips in there for you to learn. Like you said, you train people on there. And, you have to help yourself and call for help, but don't just call and expect, okay, I don't know where to start. When I didn't know where to start, I Googled.
Exactly. And I think people got to just get out of the realm of fear and just, take that step, that leap of faith, as you say, and that's in life, period, and then and investing in your business and getting the business cards and the pins and whatever it is you need. I'm going to tell you. So I have the decal on my car. what do you call it? The name placard for my business.
The plate? Oh.
And it, the business, people see it. And this guy just happened to have a car dealership. And guess what? He's like, I need your notary services. So, got to put yourself out there. So when I'm driving around, you see a sign on somebody's car, you're going to read it. You're going to want to know what is it about. And so, that's what I do.
Amen. Yeah. And by the grace of God, we're going to keep on. And do you know that you can actually use your business credit versus your personal credit? Especially if you've been in your business for more than 2 years, you can go apply for a car, apply for different. Do you know about that? Can you share about that?
Okay, so that's another blessing. I was just happened to be on Facebook and joined a group. I think I added you to it, business credit.
Yeah. That's what that was. Okay.
So you build up, there's different tiers. You start off on tier 1, you get different cards, start building up your business credit. I went on NAV to establish my account so that you could see your Paydex score, and it gives you your Duns and Bradstreet number. The goal is to get 80 or higher, of course. From there, what I've seen is people have bought vehicles, and I actually talked to some realtors that said you can actually use. Now, I haven't done it, but they say you can use your business credit to buy a home. So I haven't.
I heard that part.
I just think that it's just like so many phenomenal things that we've learned.
I'm so excited. Like,
the
loans, the
especially
credits,
I see a lot of people have used their business credit to buy cars, and of course that's going to be another conversation we'll have.
Okay.
So with that being said, I think we're almost up. We're about 50 minutes in, I think. Did you have anything else you wanted to share?
I want everyone to know that, you have to crawl before you walk. Nothing's going to happen overnight. And, the notary business is there's different streams of business in the notary. We could do permit runners. We can do field inspector. You can do apostle work. You can do the remote online. If you can't go anywhere, you could work online. You just have to invest your time, research, and put the time in. I promise you won't regret it. And don't complain about the money you're putting up front, because at the end, you're going to get it all back. That's what, these printers, I remember, and sometimes you have to keep your eyes open. I remember one time someone called me, those monochrome dual printers. So I remember I wasn't even thinking about it. And this girl called me, go on to Amazon. There's a sale. It's only $200. I said, no, it's not. Those things about $1,000. Went online. It was around midnight. And it was on sale. I guess it was a midnight
and that was
sale.
Amazon?
Yes.
Wow.
I got the dual monochrome printer for $286. With no issue.
Sweet.
And guess what? I done made that $300 back already.
Hello. Okay.
I bought my scanner. I have my laptop. So I made all the money that I've invested because I know I'm going to need it. I made it all back. So why complain? You're going to make it back and then some.
Yeah. You know what? It's been, like I said, if I could leave with parting words just for people, it takes time. Have patience. Everything doesn't happen overnight as you're, trying to build your company or however you're going to move forward in it. And just, enjoy what you do. If you have a passion for it, then you know what? It doesn't seem like a work. It's just your passion, and of course, your people helping people. That's my motto for pretty much all my businesses has always been just being there. And then the different people that you encounter, so many things you learn, it's just, I'm telling you, I don't even know how to describe it, but as you can probably tell, I'm very much at peace.
Amen.
Yeah.
I am too. I am. This is the best decision I've ever made.
Hello.
My family is so they still can't believe that I own my own business yet. Like they can't believe it because I was the one always in need. I was the one always calling for help years ago.
Okay.
And now I'm on top of the world. I'm I don't need help like I used to. I need the grace of God's help.
Hello, grace and mercy. Yes.
You know, he's the one who's providing. He's the one covering me and giving me everything I need. And if you stay focused, you know, what is your why? Yeah. What is your why? That, you know, you got to think about it. What is your why? What are you doing? Are you going to sit here and just waste time? My why is my kids. My why is my future. So that motivates me to keep going, to keep pushing, and knowing that I want more. I want them to see if mommy could do it, they can do it too. Don't give up, stay focused, and you know, until
and keep
next
God
time.
first in everything that you do.
That's
all right. Well, I appreciate you, Marcy. I hope that we can do this more often. I know that we said we were going to do this. You know, we'll have different topics. But this has just been awesome. It's always great talking with you.
All the time.
Yeah, you know, and we glean from one another. And that's one of the things I also love, just learning from one another and taking it on in and moving forward.
And the best thing about it is dealing with people that has the same views with you, that's wanting what you want. Right. And, you know, I don't have much friends, and there's a reason. When you have certain friends that are not having the same views, or they're not motivated and just still with the lollygagging and nonsense, you're not going to progress.
Right, exactly.
But when you with someone and you have a circle of people having the same views and wanting to grow and build, you build.
Right.
It motivates you to grow. So that's why I appreciate you. And
I appreciate you too.
Invite me to whatever else you may have available, meetings, events, I'm there.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. With that being said, that's all we got for today. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. So this is a beautiful Marcy Noel, and I am Georgette Dilworth, and I'm with iRise by Jet Notary Services, and you're with
Marcy Signature Signings.
Okay. And you can find us on Facebook and of course social media and our pages. All the time. With that being said, thank you so much.
Bye everyone.
Bye. Okay.